Welcome to our channel. Hello gardeners. Today we're going to share some simple yet effective solutions for combating weeds and pests in your garden. From natural herbicides to attracting beneficial insects, we've got you covered. Hack 1. Vinegar and water. A simple way to get rid of weeds is to use a mixture of vinegar and water. Mix 1 part vinegar with 1 part water and spray it directly on the weeds. They'll start wilting within a few days. For tougher weeds, use undiluted vinegar. Be careful to only spray the weeds, as vinegar can also harm other plants. This method is especially effective on sunny days, as the heat enhances the vinegar's effectiveness. Additional tips: use a spray bottle for targeted application. For larger areas, consider a garden sprayer. Always wear gloves and protective eyewear to avoid contact with the vinegar. Hack 2. Newspaper covering. Lay down newspapers on the soil before mulching. This prevents weeds from breaking through the mulch and keeps your garden clean. Use several layers of newspaper for the best results. Over time, the newspapers decompose and add organic matter to the soil, improving its structure and fertility. Additional tips: wet the newspapers before laying them down to keep them in place. Cover the newspapers with a thick layer of mulch, such as wood chips or straw, to enhance their effectiveness and improve the garden's appearance. Hack 3. Baking soda and vinegar. For weeds growing in the cracks of pathways or between tiles, use a mixture of baking soda and vinegar. Sprinkle baking soda on the weeds and then spray with vinegar. The reaction between them will kill the weeds. This method is particularly useful for stubborn weeds in hard-to-reach places. Additional tips: after the initial application, monitor the area and reapply the mixture as needed. Consider using a small brush to scrub away the dead weeds and residues. Hack 4. Hand weeding. Don't forget the good old-fashioned method of hand weeding. Use specialized garden tools like a dandelion digger or a weeding fork to remove weeds along with their roots, preventing them from regrowing. Hand weeding is most effective after rain when the soil is soft and roots can be easily pulled out. Additional tips: wear gloves to protect your hands and reduce strain. Consider setting a regular weeding schedule to keep your garden weed-free. Hack 5. Soapy water. To get rid of aphids and other small pests, use a simple soapy water solution. Mix water with a few drops of liquid soap and spray it on your plants. This solution won't harm the plants but effectively combats pests by breaking down their outer protective layers. Additional tips: use a gentle liquid soap without additives. Reapply the solution every few days until the pests are gone. Avoid spraying during the hottest part of the day to prevent leaf burn. Video footage of companion planting. Hack 6. Companion plants. Plant companions like garlic and marigolds next to your main crops. They repel many pests and protect your garden. Garlic repels aphids, while marigolds keep nematodes at bay. Basil, planted near tomatoes, deters whiteflies and enhances the tomato's flavor. Additional tips: research companion planting charts to find more beneficial pairings. Rotate your crops and companions each season to maintain soil health and pest resistance. Video footage of insects in the garden. Hack 7. Natural predators. Attract natural predators like ladybugs, which feed on aphids, or birds that eat caterpillars. Create a welcoming environment for them by setting up bird feeders, bird baths, or planting flowers that attract beneficial insects, such as dill, fennel, and alyssum. Additional tips: avoid using broad-spectrum pesticides that can harm beneficial insects. Provide shelter, like small piles of rocks or a bug hotel, to encourage natural predators to stay in your garden. Video footage of homemade traps. Hack 8. DIY traps. Create homemade traps for slugs and snails. Use beer traps by burying shallow containers filled with beer at ground level. The slugs and snails are attracted to the beer and drown. Alternatively, make a trap using a mixture of salt and sugar to attract and eliminate these pests. Additional tips: check and empty the traps regularly. For other pests like fruit flies, use apple cider vinegar traps. Combine vinegar with a few drops of dish soap in a jar and cover it with plastic wrap punctured with small holes. Video footage of a beautiful garden, background music. Thank you for watching. We hope these tips help you in your battle against weeds and pests. Remember, consistent care and natural solutions can keep your garden healthy and thriving. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment with your favorite gardening hacks. Happy gardening!